Hello, good day to everyone. I'm Sivaranjini Devi Subramaniam, a Master of Education student. This video was created for the Dynamic Leadership course. Today, I'd like to discuss how contingency leadership theory can be applied to leaders in the 21st century. Before I proceed more, I'd like to define contingency leadership theory. It accepts that the leader's success is determined by the situation at the end. The leader must access his or her leadership style and the situation. Certain factors come into play that define whether a particular leader's or leadership style will be effective for the given situation. Those factors include the task, the personality of the leader, and the composition of the group that is meant to be led. This basic assumption is that the leadership successful of failure is situational. To learn more about this theory, we will look at 4 different contingency leadership models. The first is Fiedler's contingency theory. This theory process that effective leadership is dependent not only on the leader's style but also on the leader's control over the situation. To succeed, there must be strong leader-member relationship. Leaders must also present tasks clearly and with goals and producers outlined. They need to process their ability to hand out punishment and rewards as well. Fiedler's contingency theory only fits situations where groups are closely supervised and not team-based. It also uses least preferred co-workers (LPC) scale to help determine the type of workers the leaders least like working with. This contingency model emphasizes the leader's disposition as the main trait that defines the ability to lead. Next is situational leadership, more formally called Ursley and Blanchard's situational leadership theory. This contingency model emphasizes leadership style as well as the maturity of those being led. Situational leadership theory puts forth the idea that leadership style hinges on 4 behaviors: telling, selling, participating, and delegating. The maturity levels range from an incompetence or unwillingness to perform the task to willingness and ability to perform. The idea is that a successful leaders will adapt leadership technique to fit the maturity level of the group in questions on the situational basis. The third model is the part-goal theory. Part-goal theory combines 2 popular theories, goal setting and expectancy, into one. This process that effective leaders assist those under their leadership in achieving their objective. Under this contingency model, leaders have the responsibility of making sure their subordinates have the support and information required to achieve the goals set forth. Essentially, this theory holds that effective leaders create clear path to help their subordinates achieve goals and that they work to remove obstacles that stand in the way. The fourth and the last model is decision-making theory, also known as the von Wurttemberg decision-making model of leadership. This contingency leadership model put forth the idea that effective leaders size up situations, assess them, then determine how much support the group will give toward the effort, adjusting their preferred leadership style to fit. While contingency leadership model differs on points, they all share the common trait. The contingency theory of leadership is based on the idea that effective leadership is dependent on the situation, task, and individual involved. Different leaders, each with their own leadership style, will respond differently to the myriad of factors in the workplace. Among the factors that can affect the leader's effectiveness are like project scope, the size of their team, resources, and deadlines. According to the contingency theory, leaders will always find situations that challenge them and the must willing to acknowledge their success partially depends on their circumstance. Manager and supervisor may need to change their leadership style to the present situation in order to be effective leaders for their teams. Professionals can benefit from the leadership and training, better understand and respond to the challenges of the workplace, and flourish in their leadership roles. Thank you.